All right, so we're right up on our feet. I want you to separate your feet. Ooh, before we do get started, your sturdy chair. We will be using it very quickly, so just so you don't have to transition and move the chair around, just set it towards the center of your mat, right to the side. So the side center of your mat, we're just gonna leave it there. We'll get to it momentarily. All right. Now from here, we go to our wide stance, all 10 toes facing forward. Let's take a big inhale. Reach your arms out, up over your head. And then as you exhale, bring your arms down. We'll take another inhale. Reach the arms out, up over your head. Exhale, arms down. Let's start with a shoulder roll. Go forward to back. Grab your shoulders. Elbows go forward to back, then lengthen your arms. Arms go forward to back, and then let's reverse that. Just your shoulders. Back to forward. Elbows go back to forward. Arms go back to forward. We'll do that one more each direction. Shoulders forward to back. Elbows forward to back. Arms forward to back. Other side, shoulders back to forward. Elbows back to forward. Arms back to forward. All right, from here we'll take one more inhale, out, up over your head, then reach your arms forward. Let's keep our left arm forward. Take your right arm out to the side. All right, we're going into a side lunge on that left side. I want you to shift your weight back to the outside of that left heel. As we come up, suction your inner thighs together and then switch your arms. Side lunge, same side. Suction your inner thighs together. Left leg steps out, squeezing in. Step out, squeezing in. Out, squeezing in. This time we're going to bring our left toes to your right knee for a passe. Lunge, passe. Lunge, exhale, passe. So when you bring your knee up, when you bring your toe to your standing knee, you're gonna feel the low abs activate. Find a deep exhale. We got two more, then a hold. One more, hold it. We're just gonna pulse 2 times, then a passe. Pulse, pulse, passe. Pulse, pulse, passe. Pulse, pulse, toe to knee. Pulse, pulse, toe to knee. Feel your head press to the ceiling in that passe. Pulse, pulse, passe. 2 more like that. Pulse, pulse, toe to knee. 1 more. Toe to knee, hold. And then we come down. All right, from here, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and bring our left hand to your chair and then be profiled to your chair. From here, we're gonna keep our right leg our standing leg. Point your left foot in front of you. Bring your right hand behind your head. From here, let's have a deep bend in your standing leg. We're gonna feel the abs lift up. Lengthen up from your mid-back body, then arc over, concave your chest. Then bring your body upright, deep bend in your right knee. Up and over, deep bend in the knee. So from here, we're working with standing abdominals. I want you to feel a pull up in those low abs, then that arc over as we have that standing crunch. Keep your weight in your right leg. That left toe slides along the floor. Next time you crunch, bring your left knee up, then bring it down. Left knee up, then bring it down. Bring your right elbow to your left knee for a twist. 1 more time with that twist. Bring it center 2 times. Another time center. Knee to elbow, twist. Now you have the option to keep it at this speed or picking up the pace. 2 center. Front, front, 2 to twist. Knee to elbow. Knee to elbow. Again, front, front, knee to elbow. Knee to elbow, keep that going. So it's 2 front and front, then knee to elbow, knee to elbow. As we do this, your left hand is just lightly touching your bar. If you're feeling like, I don't need it, take both hands behind your head. Knee to elbow, knee to elbow. Keep that going. 3 more times. knee to elbow, knee to elbow. 2 more times. Knee to elbow, knee to elbow. Last time. Knee to elbow, knee to elbow. Woo! All right, let's come back to center. Separate your feet wide again. This time we're gonna find a deep bend to your right knee for a right side lunge. Reach the right arm forward, left arm reaches to the side. Switch your arms as you squeeze your right inner thigh in, then step it right back out. Step it out. Remember, each time we go into that side lunge, I want you to put a bit more weight to the outer back side of that right foot. That way, we feel the right glute activate. Booty sits back, chest stays lifted. Suction those inner thighs. Next time, we bring our toe to our knee. Passe. Passe. That's it. Press your head to the ceiling. Passe. Passe. Next time, we're going to hold that lunge 2 times. Pulse, pulse, up, down, pulse, pulse, up, down. Chest up, abs in. Set the hips back, weight into the heel. Pulse, 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 pulse. Keep that going. Pulse, 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 pulse. Energy through those fingers, lengthening the arms and the neck. Pulse, pulse. 3 more. Pulse, pulse. 2 more. 1 more. And up and down. All right, we're profiled to your chair again. Let's bring that right hand to touch the bar for balance. Left leg will stay as your standing leg. Point your right foot in front of you. Bring your left hand behind your head. Now lift up from all sides of the waistline. We're gonna arc over front for a standing crunch. As we bring our shoulders right back over your hips, deep bend in your standing left leg. Up and over, deep bend. Up and over, deep bend. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. So in addition to feeling the abdominals, getting a great workout, your entire core as it wraps around the front, back side of your body. We're also feeling some heat in that standing leg, because that's where all your weight is. You're just holding onto the bar for balance, and that right foot is sliding along the floor, no weight into it. Next time you crunch, we'll bring the knee up. Let's bring our knee to our elbow, twist, twist, keep it front. Another front. 2 to twist. Now if we can go faster, we're gonna pick up that tempo. 2 front, 2 knee to elbow. 2 front, 2 knee to elbow. Keep that going. Now again, if you don't need that hand on the bar, we're gonna bring both hands behind your head, and we'll still go up and over, then twist and twist. If you're finding that it's really wobbly though, you are more than welcome to slow down that tempo, making sure we hold our center. You got 3. 2 more. One more, full set. Knee to elbow, knee to elbow. Woo! All right, from here, we'll go ahead and bring our hands down towards the front edge of your mat, then walk your feet behind you. Just hold your plank. Squeeze your legs together. All right, big toes, ankles, knees, they become one. We want to actively wrap those inner thighs closer together. Now squeeze the base of your glutes and start to angle your tailbone down to the back of your knees. That's going to lengthen in your low back. Push the floor away, slide the shoulders away from your ears. Still holding. All right, let's step our left foot on the outside of your left hand. Hold your long runner's lunge. Back leg, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Bring that left foot back, find a plank. Downward facing dog, find your plank. Let's step the right foot on the outside of that right hand. Back leg, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, hold. Step that right foot back, find your plank. Downward facing dog, find your plank. Left foot, back leg bends, straighten, bend, straighten, plank, down dog, plank. Step your right foot, bend, lengthen, bend, lengthen. Find your plank, down dog, plank. Left foot, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, plank, down dog, plank. Right foot, bend, straighten, straighten. Find that plank, down dog, plank. One more time, each side, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, plank. Down dog, plank. Right foot, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, plank. Down dog, hold. All right, holding this down dog. I want you to bring a soft bend to your knees. Keep your tailbone angled up. And now we're going into a down dog push-up. So we bend our elbows wide. Reach your head towards the mat between your hands and then push the floor away. Bend, lengthen, bend, lengthen. Now this can be very shallow. This can be very deep. Do what you can do successfully that challenges you. Keep that going. You're gonna feel, the rear of your shoulders and your upper back body. It's still important when you push the floor away, when we straighten the arms, we want to exhale, wrapping the abdominals in from the side, then pulling that navel in deep to your back body. Keep that going. Bend, lengthen. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. All right, you're here for 10 more seconds. Then we're gonna find that full plank again. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find your full plank. Try your best to hold it. Re-squeeze your inner thighs together. Pull the tailbone to the back of the knees as you squeeze your booty. Point your left foot behind you. Pulse your straight left leg. Up, up, up. Not a kick, but a pulse. Lifting from the back of your thigh. Abs are challenged, obliques are challenged as you hold this 3-point plank. Keeping those hips level. If it's too much, we'll come down to a right knee, right shin. You've got 6, 5, and other side. 4, 3, 2. When you're ready, bring that toe to the floor, point your right foot behind you, and little pulse up, up, up. Keep that going. So you're on that second side of leg pulses. As you pulse up, again, it's not a big up and down, it's up stay. That's gonna maintain that tension in the back of the thigh of the leg that you're lifting and keep that tension in the glute, which is gonna keep stress out of the lower back, more into the core, right? The front side of the belly, pulsing up, up, up. We're almost in a stretch. Lift, 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 lift. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes to the floor, knees to the floor. Downward, or what is this called? Child's pose. Booty back to your heels, arms reaching forward. Just breathe. All right. Let's go straight into a forearm plank. Elbows under your shoulders, palms into the floor. Extend your legs straight behind you. We're gonna separate your feet, your mat width distance apart. As we hold this high plank, or this forearm plank, tuck the tailbone so the tail pulls to the back side of your heels as you squeeze the glutes. Bend your knees, straighten. Bend, straighten. If we can find a deeper bend where your knees lightly tap the floor, Let's go for that. If this is too stressful for the back body, if you feel like your core is just not strong enough to hold you, we'll hold it down to the knees. Just maintain a scoop of the pelvis, squeeze of the booty, and push down through those forearms. You can hold it down to your knees for as long as you need. Keeping that going. Just remember, we're gonna push down through the forearms, palms included, and pull your shoulders down your back. Bend, lengthen. 4, 3, 2, now 1, straighten the legs. Angle your right fingers inwards so it touches your left elbow. We're gonna rotate to our side plank. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Let's just start with a pulse. Up, up, up. If this is too much with both feet, you can come down to your back knee. Just waking up. The obliques, the side body on that right side, closer to the mat. All right, 4 more than a hold. 3, 2, hold that lift of your hips. We're gonna bring that left forearm down to touch the floor, and then find that same side plank. Forearm to the floor, side plank. If you need to slow it down, you can. Just keep those hips lifted. To modify, we're down to that knee, your right knee, and you can rotate that right knee. You got 10 more seconds. Woo! And if it's too much to go back and forth into that rotation, just hold your side plank instead. You got 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. We're gonna keep that forearm to the floor. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Pulse, pulse, pulse. And again, if you need to, we can come down to the left knee, left shin. Keep that going. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Good. Just waking up that side body on the left side, pushing down through that left forearm. 5 more seconds. We're gonna rotate. 3, 2, 1. Forearms to the floor. Reopen up your hips to the side. And again, if we need to come down to your left knee, you can, just to help you even out the weight as you hold this horizontal position. Good. Trying to find that rotation of your hips as well. Bringing that right hip down and then right hip opening. Unless the rotation is too much, then I understand if you have to dial it back. 8 more seconds. Then we find our last forearm plank with both forearms on the floor. 3, 2, 1. Last one. Press both forearms on the floor. Elbows under your shoulders. Wrists as wide as your shoulders, palms flat to the floor. Let's rock our heels. Back, back. This is it. So fun. Keep the neck long. Push the floor away. We got only 10 seconds. That's it, Adam. Keep it going, Ann. Only 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Lay down on your front body. Palms to the floor. Elbows wrap in. Reach forward to the crown of the head. Arc up. You want to reach the head up to the ceiling. Breathe. Then keep the head reaching up as we look over our left shoulder. Look over your right shoulder. And then we'll go ahead and come right back to center. Lay down on your front body. Bring your feet so they're just hip-width distance apart and parallel. I want you to reach around and grab your light weights. 1 to 3 pounds are going to be right back by your hands. We'll grab them in a moment. Bring your hands weightless underneath your shoulders. Press up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. Keep that going. Keep going. Press up. Crown of the head reaching to the ceiling, then lengthening in front of you. Up. And then down. 2 more. Up. And down. 1 more. Up. And down. All right. From here, we're gonna grab those weights, bring the arms right out to the side. Squeeze your glutes from the base. Pull your tailbone towards your heels. We're gonna lift up the chest and the legs and arms. Up, squeeze between the shoulder blades. Come right back down. Up, squeeze between the shoulder blades. Right back down. Up and down. Keep that going. Up and down. Now, if that position, laying on your front body, is just aggravating your back, it's not a good position for you today. Instead, we'll come up to our shins, lift your booty off the heels, and then keep those weights in your hands. We'll go up, resist to come down. Up, resist to come down. Just make sure we don't tuck that tail under. Squeeze the glutes. Up and down. Up and down. Give yourself 3 more. 2, 1. Let's hold that lift. Just your left arm. Overhead, return. Right arm. Overhead, return. Down, lift. Overhead, return. Overhead, return. Down, up. Overhead, if you need to ditch the weights, we can ditch the weights. But keep the length in the body. Keep the neck, length in the neck. Keep that going. And again, if you're on your shins, we can still do this. Overhead. Overhead. And up. Get in that upper back, right? Fight for that length in your neck. I know the shoulders want to creep up, but pull those guys down. Even if, again, that means you need to put the weights down. I want you to find that range of motion. Find that length. 10 more seconds. 8, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're gonna set those weights down for a moment. Press your palms down to the floor, down to your knees, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Now drop your head, open up your chest, bend one knee, press into the opposite heel, and switch. Both heels to the floor. Shake your head no, nod your head yes. And now look at that spot between your hands. You're gonna walk or hop your feet up there. I'll leave it up to you. I love to hop, so I'm gonna hop. Then soften to the knees and roll it through your spine. As soon as you're up, let's go ahead and grab those light weights. So 1 to 3 pounds, and if you don't have weights, you're grabbing cans, you're grabbing water bottles. Just make sure it's even. All right, meet me down to your right lunge. Right knee over your right heel. Look back at your left knee, underneath your left hip. From here, curl the left toes underneath on the floor, and then lift the hips up so that back knee hovers off the floor. If this is too much for the knees, bring your hips a bit higher. All right, when you're ready, we're gonna bring our arms to an oval shape just in front of your chest, then squeeze in, in. You hold it here. I'm just gonna get a bit closer to the camera so you can see what my arms are doing. In, 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 in. All right, is it getting wobbly for you? Probably. So what we're gonna do is find a wrap in of both inner thighs. Then this left hip, the same hip that's connected to your back leg, is gonna wrap forward, then pull the belly button closer to the spine, close the ribs under your chest. Hold that squeeze in, small pulse up, hips pulse down, arms pulse up, hips pulse down. Keep that going. We got that pulse, pulse. Check out your elbows. No droopy elbows. Keep them wrapped up and lifted. Collarbone wide, neck long. Good. 10 more seconds, then we're gonna go full range. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it. Reach your arms out in front of you, palms face each other. Bend your arms at 90-degree angles. From here, we're gonna open our arms out to goalposts, 90-degree angles, both sides. As we lengthen the legs, squeeze the elbows right back in. Open, close, open, open, close, open, close. Keep that going. Open, close, open, close. Now ideally, I want the elbows to stay in line with the shoulders. So do you. If that means we lose the neck, bring the elbows lower. That's okay, only if that's the case. Yep. If you need to slow it down, we can slow down that tempo. 12 more seconds. We got one more variation this side. I want you to burn through the shoulders and the thighs. That's on purpose. We got 3, 2, now 1. Hold it down. Fold to a tabletop, both arms. Pulse your elbows up. Up, hips pulse up. Up, up, up. Keep going, I'm just gonna face you. Pulse, pulse, long neck. Only 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Keep that breath strong, knit your ribs together. We got 4, 3, 2, woo! Coming out of it. All right, now if you have heavier weights, switch them out right now. So those are 3 to 5 pounds, but again, if you don't have them, stick with whatever weights you do have. All right, so second side. Let's go ahead and go into our left lunge. Left knee over your left heel. Right knee, look back at it. Is it underneath that beautiful right hip? Then curl those right toes underneath. Bend your arms at 90-degree angles. Palms face the ceiling. And now lift the hips 2 inches up, hovering that back knee off the floor. Just hold. So we're flexing our biceps. Wrap your upper arm to your side of your body. And now let's add a pulse up with the forearms. Up, up, up. Keep that going. All right, so you keep doing what you're doing. I'm just going to talk about, as we pulse up with the forearm, I'm talking about the upper arm now. I want you to push that upper arm so deeply into your side body that if I were to come up from behind you and I would try to pull your elbows away from your ribs, that shouldn't be able to happen. So you're gonna wrap in, pull the shoulders down, wrap the elbows in, and continue to repeat that as we pulse up. The back body is beautiful and active because we're exhaling, front body beautiful and active. And of course these weights, creating that tension in the bicep in this small pulse. 3, 2, hold that squeeze. We have full bend in your arms, halfway. Full bend, halfway. Add a pulse in the hips, down, down, down with the hips, down. Keep that going. Now, no matter what kind of weights you have in your hands, maybe you don't have any weights in your hands because you don't have any, or it's just getting too challenging for you right now. I need you to create the resistance in your arms. If you happen to have weights, they're a bonus. So how much resistance would you have to create to feel that pull in the bicep? Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, hold that full bend. Lift your elbows off your ribs and extend your arms forward. Our palms flip to face each other. Full bend in your arms. Extend. There's that extension. Whew. So your upper arm maintains the same incline. It's just the forearms moving in, reaching out. Keep that going. All right, as we get more exhausted, as our thighs get more fatigued, we gotta make sure our abs do more. Knit your ribs together. Wrap the abs in. Keep that back hip reaching forward. Let's take our arms out to a narrow V. Not too wide, narrow. We got 5, 4 then your final, 3 then your final, 2, now 1. We're gonna hold that reach out, flip your palms to face inwards, elbows point to the floor. Punch it side, 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 hips pulse up, 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 up. How can we punch without getting the shoulders into it? Keep those shoulders still. Keep that going for 10 more seconds. Get lower in those hips. Just a small pulse up so the thighs still burn. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, we're out of it. Lift those shoulders up, roll them down your back. We're gonna take these weights, put them down. All right, yay, we get more thigh work. Grab your ball. If you don't have a ball, you're gonna grab your throw pillow, fold it in half, and then we'll put whatever you got high between your upper inner thigh. So definitely aim for above the knees. Woo, all right. So we are profiled to our chair, to your bar. Outside hand on your hip, feet hip-width distance apart, parallel. Lift your heels high, bend your knees. Knees are reaching forward down the middle of your foot. Squeeze your ball, in, 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 in. Going forward, that squeeze, keep it going. So here, we want to make sure those heels are not hanging out low. We also want to make sure we are not up to the pointy parts of our toes. We are pressing down to demi point or releve, pressing down to the balls of the feet and lengthening in the bottom of the toes. Holding that squeeze of your inner thighs on the ball, let's bring the hips 2 inches lower. Now tuck the tailbone underneath so your low abs wrap it in a hollow out below the pants line. Squeeze your tush, then bring your pelvis back to neutral. Tuck, neutral, tuck, neutral. If your legs are starting to quiver, you're on the right track. If they're not, you need to squeeze that ball a little tighter. We need to bring those hips a little lower because you're not pushing yourself as much. Enough. If you're at that point where your legs are shaking like crazy and you're like, I can't do this anymore, bring your heels down, take a moment, and then get back into it. I understand? If we get there, that's great. Any twist, we'll push a little bit more and a little bit more. Keep that chest open. We're going to release the shoulders down. They had enough tension in them already. I don't want any more. You don't want any more. 5 more. We're going to hold the pelvis neutral. 5, 4, 3. There's that length, Adam. Nice. 3, 2. Now 1. Keep your pelvis neutral. We're just going to pulse down, down. All right. Take a peek down at your knees. Where are they pointing? Are they pointing past your second and third toe? If so, you are right on point. If you're not, correct it. Crush the ball. Make sure those knees are tracking forward. Then bring your gaze back up. We're going to balance. Bring one arm first, other arm first. So our arms in an oval shape just beneath the shoulder line. 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7. Do you still feel your glutes squeezing? If not, squeeze it. We got 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down. One more, I promise you it's going to be short. We're going to put that ball to the side. Still profiled to your chair. Heels together, toes apart. So your feet, they're making a cute little letter V. Lift your heels high. Then walk the balls of the feet a bit closer together so your heels connect. Right? So you're going from here to here. Heels touching. Reach up from the top of the head. Pull up in the waistline as we bend our knees. Knees reaching down the middle of both of your feet. We go. Down 2 inches, up 2 inches. Down 2 inches, up 2 inches. This is 1 of 3 variations to finish. Little down, little left. Little down, little left. Keep that going. Now, even though your legs are turned out, not your maximum turned out. So you do want to make sure there's that little squeeze inwards of your inner thighs. Always keep those guys activated to protect your knees. Good. How much are you using your bar? If you're using it a lot, lighter touch. If you're not using it at all, bring both hands to your hips. Keep climbing that next rung to the ladder. Keep advancing yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, pulse, pulse, pulse. Just picking up that tempo. Keep that going. Great news, your last one is just going to be a balance hold. That's it. You are over halfway through. Pulse. Keep breathing. Are you holding your breath? Don't hold your breath. 10 seconds and a balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it low. Just a balance, heels high, wrap the heels together. Maybe bring your arms to an oval shape, either just one or both of them. Then lift up to the back of the neck. If we can add on even more, we'll bring those arms up a bit higher. If you lose your balance, keep one hand lightly on your bar. 10 seconds. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's how you do it. Awesome work, guys. Shake out your legs and let's stretch them out. So holding onto your chair with one hand, with the other hand, we're gonna grab that same foot. Pull the foot back, soften in your standing knee, and scoop the pelvis. Breathe. And then let go, other side. Grab the foot, soften in your standing knee, pull the foot back, scoop the pelvis underneath. We're aiming to find that stretch in the front of your thigh and hip, opening of the hip. And then let it go. Let's find a little stretch for your upper body as well. Bring your arm across your chest, look over the shoulder. Other side. And then one last bit. Clasp your hands behind your back. Be mindful which thumb is on top because we're gonna switch. Squeeze between your shoulder blades. Pull the shoulders down. Now feel as if your mid-back body is pressing up against a wall, so it broadens, opens up. Now your chest is opening and lifting up to the sky. All right, and we'll switch other side. Bring your other thumb on top as you clasp your hands. Another squeeze between the shoulder blades. Pull the knuckles back and down. Broaden that midsection of your back body. And then open up the chest and lift it as your shoulders pull away from your ears. And let it go. All right, if you want to grab some water, maybe towel off if you're super sweaty like me, go for it. But we're going to come down to our mat now for glute work. So if you do want to angle your camera maybe a little down, up to you. And then we're coming right down to all fours on our mat. If you have sensitive knees, I would recommend folding your mat towards the back end so your knees have some extra cushion. You also have the option to take a pillow and bring it underneath your right knee. So we're gonna work the left side first. So if you have that pillow, put it underneath your right knee. All right, so shoulders over your wrist, knees underneath your hips. We're gonna point our feet, press your shins down into the floor. Squeeze the base of your glutes so tight, hold on to that squeeze. Now feel the chest open. We're gonna tuck just the tail down between the legs. As we do that, your low abs wrap in and lift up from the center, creating more space into your lower back body. Now flex your left foot, pull the left heel to your left glute, and then keep the tuck in the pelvis. Push that left heel up to the ceiling. Pulse, pulse, up stay, up stay, up stay. Notice how small this movement is. That's gonna keep the tension in the back of your left thigh and your left glute. If you are not feeling tension there, I want you to reset. You'll bring the knee to the floor, re-scoop the pelvis, re-squeeze both of your glutes together, maintain that, and then push the heel up, 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 up. Keep going. Another great visual is to imagine my hands are pressing down into your heels and you're trying to push me out of the way, but I have constant pressure. So you have to work harder to press up, hold, press up, hold, press up, hold. 8 seconds. 6, 4, 3, 2, hold that lift. Now maintain the lift of your knee, the height of your thigh. Extend your leg behind you. Your left hamstring and glute should still be active. Now bring your flexed toes to lightly touch the floor. That's an opportunity to lift up more from your low abs. Then squeeze your glutes as you lift up from the back of your left thigh. Bend your leg, maintain the height of the knee. Extend. Toes to the floor, abs lift. Lift up from the back of your thigh. Bend your leg and extend. If you're hungry for a little bit more, you want more of a challenge, we can layer on the speed. Down, lift, bend, extend. But if you lose the resistance, if you lose that tension in the back of your thigh, your abs, and your glutes on that left side, we're going back to that slower tempo. Stick with what you're doing. Don't change a thing. I'm just going to talk about the weight in the hands. Put a bit more weight into your left palm. That's going to fire up the left side of your body, so then we can square up the hips and maintain better alignment. We got 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Hold that extension. Point through your left foot. Small pulse, up, up, up. All right. Now, if you're feeling any lower back tension, or it's just a little bit more sensitive today, maybe the mid to low spine, you're gonna stay upright with your arms straight. If you are not, let's come down to our forearms. Elbows under your shoulders, spread your fingers, press your palms into the floor. Pulse in, up, up, up. Take a peek down at your hips. Did your left hip start to rise? If it did, wrong. We're gonna wrap that left hip down. Level off the hips. Then bring your gaze so it's in between your hands again. And that's right. Great news. You only got 2 more variations, and then we get to do the other side. Up, 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 up. Give yourself 4 more. Still maintaining that tension in your left hamstring, left booty. 3, 2, hold that lift. Now we're gonna make half rainbows. Go up and over to the left back diagonal, then up and over, bring the toe to lightly tap the floor directly behind that left hip. Up and over, left diagonal, up and over, behind the left hip. Each time your toe touches the floor, that's an opportunity to wrap in and lift up from the low abs. Now speed, tempo is gonna be something you need to focus on as well. The faster you go, the harder it's gonna be to maintain your form and maintain the tension in the abs, in the left hamstring, and left outer and under glute. If you move slower, it's gonna be a little easier to maintain that. Still gonna feel it either way though. 1 last variation in 15 seconds. Start to put more weight into that left forearm, or if your arms are straight, left palm. 6, 4, 3, 2. Hold the lift of the leg in the left diagonal. Flex your left foot and tiny bend and extend that left leg until the end. Then reach, then reach. So again, that left leg is not behind you, but it's to that left diagonal. The wider you go to the left, the more you're gonna feel it in the side body and that outer booty. The harder it's gonna be to keep your hips square, so keep all that in mind. Only 12 more seconds. Maybe the right arm comes off the floor and reaches out to the side. We've got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, woo! Coming down. All right, sit back in your heels, reach your arms forward, and we stretch in a child's pose. Inhale. Exhale. Reach your arms to the front right corner of your mat. Send your hips to the back left. This is going to create length and a stretch down the entire left side of your body and wrapping into that left outer booty. Then keep the length, the space between your head and tail. Come back to center, and we'll stretch the other side as well. Arms reach to the front left corner of your mat, hips go to the back right. You'll stay there. Breathing in deeply. And exhale. All right. Now let's go straight to our second side, shall we? So we're back in all fours. Again, if you have sensitive knees, or maybe this one's just a little bit more achy and creaky, then we'll put a pillow underneath your, what is that, left knee. Hands over your shoulders, shoulders over your wrists, there we are. Knees underneath your hips. We'll start with pointed feet and press your shins into the floor. Let's start by finding a bit more length in your spine. So look down at the mat in front of your fingers and reach the crown of the head forward. Then reach your tailbone back. Keep that length. Connect your ribs together under your chest. Squeeze the base of your glutes and start to tuck the tail. So the tailbone angles down between your knees or close to that area. Squeeze the glutes, flex your right foot, pull the right heel to your right glute so you bend your leg more. Then push that right heel. Up, 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 up. Nice. Keep that going. And again, a great visual is imagine my evil self is right behind you, pushing down on your heel, and you're trying to get me out of the way, but I'm too strong. I keep pressing you down. Little pulse. Up. If you are not feeling a lot of tension in the back of that right thigh and glute already, bring your knee down. Tuck the tail. Squeeze your booty. Then maintain that squeeze. Push the heel up again. Now working on that. Keep that going. 12 more seconds. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, hold that lift. Now squeeze your glutes, keep that low belly lifted below the navel. Now extend the leg. Your hamstring's still active. Flex toes, reach for the floor, low abs lift. Lift from the back of the thigh, bend your leg. Keep that going. Extend, lower, abs lift. Lift the leg, bend your leg. Keep that going. Now when you lift the leg, we are moving a bit larger now, so it's going to be even harder to square off the hips. So when you lift that right leg, if the right hip starts to pull back, just notice that and square off. Move slower. Or if you're like, I got this, go faster. Keep that going, guys. Remember, we only have 2.5 variations left. Let's start to prepare, putting more weight into your right palm. Waking up the right side of your body. 10 seconds, we're gonna hold that lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that lift, point your toes. Straight right leg, just pulse. Up, up. All right, now check back in with your lower back. It's feeling good? We're gonna come down to the forearms. If it's not, stay up to the palms, bring your leg down for a moment, take a moment, and then you can get back into it when you feel good. Stopping during bar class, it is totally expected. These are very long sets, a lot of reps, and there's so much going on, right? We gotta keep the length in the body, we gotta hold the contraction, we gotta decrease that contraction in our shoulders and keep it in the glutes. It's really hard to have this full body experience. So sometimes we need to stop, we need to reset, and then getting back into it. It's just important that we get back into it quick when we do. All right, whether you're up on straight arms or down to the forearms, shift more weight to that right forearm or right palm. We got 3, 2, hold that lift. Now half rainbow, bring your toes down to the back right diagonal, then lift up, then bring the toes down directly behind the right hip. Up and over, up and over, up and over, up and over. The wider you go to your right, the more you're gonna feel active in that right side body, right outer booty. and the harder it's gonna be to keep your hip points looking down at the floor to stay level. We want both to happen. So that means we need to maybe make the movement a little smaller, make it a little slower. We do that. Only one more variation. Keep breathing, guys. Lengthen the neck. Get that tension out. If it's there, let the head drop for a moment and then re-lengthen. 8, 7, 6, then our final. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the lift in the in the right diagonal. Flex the right foot, tiny bend and extend. This is it. 15 seconds. Open the right leg a little wider if we can. All that weight to the right forearm. Maybe your left arm goes straight to the side. We got just 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, thank goodness we're done. All right, we're gonna go right onto our back body and let's stretch out those glutes. Let's bring one ankle over your thigh. Figure 4. Pick whatever side you want because we'll do the other side real soon. I want you to reach around and grab just beneath the knee and then pull towards your chest. Head releases down. If it feels good to rock the hips a little side to side, by all means, go for that. Whatever ankle's on top, maybe you want to bring the hand to that same thigh and wrap it outward. So we turn out more as the other knee pulls into your chest. Other side, ankle over the thigh. Reach around, grab your knees, and release the head into the floor. Breathing. Maybe a little rock of the hips side to side. Not the knee, but just below the knee to the thigh. We can wrap that thigh outwards as we pull the other knee closer to your chest. Yay, now we're loosey-goosey in the hips and glutes. Let's kill the abs one more time. Not kill them, just make them work a lot. So I want you to reach around, grab your ball, and if you don't have a ball, we're gonna take our pillow, fold it in half, put it above the knees to your high inner thighs. Then once we do that, stamp your feet to the floor, hip width distance apart, hold behind your knees, lift up out of that lower back and start to squeeze the tush. When you squeeze the tush, your muscles contract and we get a little taller. Keep that length in your spine. Now tuck the tailbone under, watch your low abs, pull away from the tops of your thighs. Then lengthen out of your mid-spine, find a neutral spine. Tuck the tailbone under, neutral spine. Exhale. Inhale. Now as we do this, make sure your inner thighs constantly are wrapping in on the ball. It doesn't have to be your maximum squeeze because I know that can start to pinch in the front of the hips. Just make sure your knees aren't pushing outwards. 2 more. 1 more. Now hold that lift up. Reach your arms forward, palms face the floor. We're gonna try to keep our spine neutral and hinge back. Just a pulse. Back, 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 back. Wanna feel the front side of the body catch. Now you are gonna feel some of your back body activate because it's fighting to lift up from the mid-spine so we don't tuck, right? We wanna keep that pull up, that open chest. Now feel as if someone has a hold of the hair at the top of your head and they are pulling it up to that high back diagonal. We got 8 more seconds. 6, are your inner thighs still active? 4, 3, 2, hold it back. Now slide the heels in, with an exhale. You want that exhale to be strong as the heels pull in, otherwise you're gonna pull at the hips. You're gonna pull at the quads. I want you to pull with the low abs in. So exhale strong. 10 seconds, that's it. 9, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, thighs. Lengthen more out of that back body. Squeeze your tush. Now start to round the spine to the mid-back. Pull the heels closer to your bum. Wrap those inner thighs on the ball. Curl, hold. Up, stay. Up, hold. Up, stay. This is your final position, guys. Then we're gonna stretch, and then you get to go do whatever you'd like to do. And know that you did something really great for yourself today. You got 3 more. 2 more. Hold that, lift up your chest. Now, if we can, I want you to take your hands and bring them behind your head. If you're like, nope, not happening, keep the hands behind your thighs. From here, we're gonna twist towards the left, roll it down. Come up, twist towards the right, come down. Pass through center. Each time, you twist to the left or you twist to the right. Keep going. The reason why I don't want you to go straight to the twist is because I want both shoulder blades to first come off the floor, so you're higher, you're working harder as you twist. If that means you have to go a little slower, go slow. Make sure your inner thighs are still squeezing in on the ball. Give your feet some pressure. Make a footprint in your mat. It's going to wake up the back of your thighs and glutes. Not a lot, just a little. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Reach your arms forward to help you get a little higher. Now we're going to point our feet and lift your legs to a 90-degree angle tabletop position. Crush your ball, squeeze your glutes. We hinge the legs forward and lift. Forward. Do not let your knees pass your hip line. When your legs hinge forward, make sure the legs don't bend more. That's gonna make it really easy. This is nothing, right? We wanna maintain that 90-degree angle, so it gives a lot more for your upper, lower, full abdominal wall to control. Is your back arching? If so, move the legs less. If your neck is like, oh my God, I can't handle this anymore, bring your head to the floor. We only got 4 more though, then your final variation. 3, keep breathing. 2, now 1, take your ball, straighten the legs, squeeze your ball or your pillow between your palms. We're gonna reach the ball up to your toes at the same time. Lift the tailbone, curl tuck, curl tuck, curl tuck, curl tuck with an exhale. Keep going, because you only have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, get a little higher, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Put the ball to the side. I want you guys to stay on your back and just lengthen your legs to the floor. Reach your arms out to the side and just breathe. I took your remote. I wanted a bed. So just surrender your body weight to the floor. Tell the story or it goes. Tell the story or it goes. And start to wiggle the toes, the fingers, roll out your wrists and ankles. And then with the least amount of effort, I want you to slide the left leg in, slide the right leg in, and stamp your feet to the floor. This is where you're gonna grab your yoga strap, your hand towel, or your belt. We'll stay on our back. Keep your left foot planted to the ground, right leg goes up. Bring your strap around your right foot, flex the foot, and pull the leg closer to your face. Anchor your hips into the floor. Bend your right knee. Extend the back of the right knee. Flex your foot more deeply. Another bend. And straighten. Try to create space between your ribs and hips on both sides. We're going to sickle our right toes across your chest towards the opposite shoulder, and then guide that right leg towards your left shoulder. As we do this, we want to make sure that right hip stays anchored to the floor. You could even use your right hand and help press it down. Breathe in deeply. And exhale. Then coming back to center, we'll bring this right leg on the outside of your body. Pull into your right ear. So now we're going to stretch that right inner thigh. To help keep your hips level, we're going to angle the left knee outwards. Breathing in deeply. One more inhale. And exhale, come back to center. All right, switch other side. Stamp that right foot to the floor, left leg up, bring that strap around your left foot. Flex the foot, pull the leg closer to your face, anchor your hips into the ground. Bend your left knee, inhale, and exhale, straighten. Another bend. And straighten. Keep the pull, and now angle your left toes across your chest towards your right shoulder. Then we're going to guide this left leg towards your right shoulder. Keep that left hip anchored to the floor, and again, if you like, you can take that left hand and help press that left hip down. Then come back to center. Pull closer to your face, or at least keep the tension in the back side of that leg. Then bring your left leg to the outside of your body. Pull into your left ear as we stretch that left inner thigh. Right knee is going to angle outwards. That way we can help keep our hips level.
I waited outside.
Another inhale.
I took it remote.
Alrighty, pull that leg back to center. We're going to put that strap to the side. We are done with it. Hug your knees into your chest, and then rock the hips a little side to side, massaging out your lower back. And then curl your head off the floor. Rock your body forward to back a few times until you make your way to a seated position. Now, however it's comfy for you to sit, I want you to find it, but make sure you're able to find lift and length from all sides of your waistline. Then we'll take a big inhale, reach your arms out wide, as tall as you can, keeping the length in your neck, palms meet. Exhale, pull right down to your chest center. Another inhale. Give yourself so much thanks. Awesome work, guys. Nice job, Ann and Adam. I'm going to go ahead.